GM. GM. Today's daily lesson. I want to talk about letting go of the past. And if you're someone who struggles with that, overthinking about past failures or spending time thinking that you wish you could go back and fix something that went wrong, wishing that you could go back and do the right thing, and that you're in the present, but you're stuck in the past and you're kind of in this negative loop. And for me, we all have regrets, right? So everyone has regrets. Everyone has things that they wish they did better. But the people who live in the past and are constantly having it hanging over them, is that it comes, and it always does, it's always the same place, it always stems from either a lack of skill or a lack of belief that you can build skills. So, and it goes across all areas, right? If you are constantly thinking about a past loss you had in the markets, if you're thinking about the time you got liquidated, and that's just really fucking with your brain and you can't get past it and you're still overthinking it, you're thinking about that and you're thinking about that, it just means that you either don't have the skill or you don't believe that you can develop the skill to become someone who doesn't get liquidated and to make it back and to grow and to build. And so this is where it comes back to understanding that you need to do the work. You have to do self-work. If it's trading and you got liquidated in the past, you need to become someone who has a stronger mindset, more disciplined, and is systematic with their approach. But if let's say you've broken up with a girl, or you've had a marriage breakdown or a relationship breakdown, again, the always living in the past and always letting that hang over you comes from a feeling of that you wouldn't be able to do it again, right? You're afraid that if the same scenario comes up, the same thing will happen. And you're afraid that your next girlfriend, the same thing will happen. You're afraid that your next marriage is going to fall apart. Same thing goes in work. Whether it's a job, right? You get fired, you're afraid you get fired again. There's nothing that you can do other than do the work, right? There's no magic spell that's going to come along. There's no one who's going to tell you something that's going to make it all okay. What you have to do is sit down and be honest with yourself and deconstruct what happened, right? So review it and say, this is what happened. I got liquidated because of poor risk management, greed, and a lack of emotional control. My marriage broke down or my relationship broke up because of these factors. I got fired from my job because of XYZ. You must first take complete accountability. Even if somebody else caused it or had a big part to play in it, you were there, you got affected. You have to take accountability first. Taking accountability will then free you to create a constructive path forward. So if you got liquidated in the markets, you have to build the skills to become someone who can't get liquidated. So it's a skill issue. You have to go and become better. It's not going to be easy. You have to become better. You know this though. So how do you actually do it? This is where the belief comes in. So when you get liquidated and you've wasted money and you've thrown it away and you know you've done the wrong thing, you know that you shouldn't do that. But also your brain wants to think, yeah, but I lost all that money. It's going to take so long to make it back. What if I slip up again? So you first have to work on the belief. If you're going to do something, you need to understand that if you follow the right path or you do the right things, you can become the person you want to be. You have to have belief. Where does belief actually come from? Generally, belief comes from having had success in life. So this is the part where I want you to go and think about a completely unrelated event. Doesn't have to be whatever it is that you're overthinking about, whether it's in the markets, in job, in relationships, whatever it is, put that to the side for a moment and go back and think about your biggest success in life. And ideally list multiple. The best job you ever had, the best relationship you had, the best, whatever skill it is, maybe you're a sport or a game or some academic achievements, maybe it's in school, can be from when you're young, can be from when you're older. Go back and revisit all the times you did achieve success and relive it. Think about it. Get that feeling inside you that yes, I can do something. Let's say you were a really good footballer in high school and you won a bunch of trophies and you were captain of the team and you won championships. That's relevant for your trading. Because the mindset, the person that you were to achieve all that success, you're that same person. It's a different skill in the markets, it's a different skill in a job, it's a different skill in a relationship, but you're that person. You've had success before. So take that and say, I have belief in myself. If I've done it once, I can do it again. If you've done it before, you can do it again. And take that and sit with it and really feel it and think about it. You have to really feel it. Go back and relive it. Relive the successes. Feel that good feeling of being on stage collecting your award, or getting that promotion, or making that money, or whatever the successful period of your life was. And then remember that those times will come again. Life is a series of wins and losses, but the wins will come again, and there's no point focusing on the losses from the past when you only have control in now, in the present, to change the future. If you sit and reminisce and fucking beat yourself up all the time about past failures, you're only bringing more of that into your life. You're not clearing your mind to a point where you can be successful. If you're always preoccupied by negativity, you don't have any mental space left to install positivity, to install hard work, discipline, correct action. And a big part of this is just letting go. Let go of it. You have to let go of the old feeling of loss, the old feeling of failure, because it is in the past. It happened. It's not happening to you. But every single time you sit down and you think about it, you're replaying it again and you're making it feel real. So your brain thinks that you're losing over and over and over again because you keep allowing it to. You should only replay a failure in your head until you've extracted the lesson, then remove it, take the lesson, implement the changes, and move forward. It's not easy. It takes some work. But start off by focusing on every time you want to feel bad, every time you want to feel like, I can't do this, or I've done this in the past and it's failed, and those negative thoughts creep in. Step back and say to yourself, I'm going to now think about my past successes. And I'm going to meditate on my success and feel that good feeling and feel that sense of self-belief that led me to all the good things I've had. And then I'm going to take that energy and carry it forward to the rest of my life.